Hello everyone, welcome back to MBA Beginners Excel course. In today's video, we will learn how to move quickly to the edges of your data using keyboard. Instead of scrolling through hundreds or thousands of rows, you can reach the beginning or end of your data in just 1 second. As we have already basic idea about keyboard navigation, which we have already learned right in the previous videos. Now in this video we will learn by doing practice simultaneously, and we will learn thoroughly how to use all the arrows, for example control plus all the arrow keys, right? So let's get started. Before that, if you miss any of the previous videos, you can simply click on the eye icon above to get all the to get all the previous videos there, or you can simply click on our playlist section to get all the relevant videos related to Excel, right? So now let's get started. Firstly, let's try to understand what does edge of data means. The edge of data means last cell that contains data in a particular direction. For example, here our data starts from cell A1, right, and ends at cell A6, right? This means A6 is the bottom edge of your data. Similarly, if your data goes from column A, right, to column column E, right? So then column E is the right edge of your data. Excel allows us to directly jump to the edges. For example, we want to go from A1 to E1, like A1 to A6, for example, or B1 to B6, right? So now we can come to the conclusion that in this worksheet, A1, E1, A6, right? A1, E1, A6, and E6 are the corners of this data sheet. Now let's see how we can quickly navigate to these four corners using keyboard. So now let me be at one corner. Let's say E6, right? Let me be at one corner. Let's suppose E6, right? Now let me use Control plus up arrow, right? Control plus up arrow together. It will take me to E1, that is cell E1. You can simply check. Let's do it again. Let's suppose I am at cell E6 and I will click on Control plus up arrow. What will happen? It will take me to cell E1. Excel jumps back to the first cell in that column. For example, in this case, here it is E6 to E1 extra. For example, let's do it here. Control up arrow. C6 to C1. Let's suppose, for example, here control plus up arrow, A6 to A1, control plus up arrow. Now B6 to B1, right? If you notice, when we started from E6, E6 is basically non-empty cell, right? Because there we have the data, right? There is some kind of data. In this case, it is 24,000. That is its salary, Rohit's salary, right? So, and we are here trying to move in the upward direction, right? But E5 is the adjacent cell. It is also non-empty cell. That means there is also some kind of data E5, that is 22,000 in this case, right? So in such scenarios, control up arrow quickly takes us to the last non-empty cell in the direction of your arrow key. In this case, it is up arrow. Don't put unnecessary stress on our brain. I will give more examples and you will learn about all this. Firstly, we have to understand that in these scenarios, Excel takes us to quickly to the last non-empty cell in the direction of the arrow key, right? So these shortcuts work in all the four directions. So now, for example, from E1, right? Let's suppose, for example, now I am E1 and I want to go to A1, that is left, right, left side. So I will click on control plus left arrow, right? For example, I am in E2 and I want to go to A2, control plus left arrow, right? And the same logic will apply everywhere, right? That is, if active cell is non-empty and the adjacent cell is non-empty, Excel moves to the last non-empty cell. Because in this case, let's suppose for example, in the first row, what happens, there are 5 non-empty cells. So the last non-empty cell is, if for example, if we click on control plus right arrow, it will take us to the last non-empty cell in that row, particular row. Let's suppose in this case row 1. And if I click control, now I am in the last cell, right? That is E1, where we have the data. Now if I click control plus left arrow, it will take us to the first cell, where first cell where we have the data. Here in this case we have Rahul in the first cell, right? So there is some kind of data in that cell. So that is if active cell is okay, we cleared it. That is active cell is non-empty and the adjacent cell is non-empty. Excel moves to the last non-empty cell in the direction of your arrow key. So here active cell is E1, right? And the last non-empty cell is in this particular row is A1, right? The same thing will apply to the control down arrow key. Let's suppose for example, if I click on arrow, control arrow down, it will take me to the last non-empty cell. That means non-empty cell simply means where we have some kind of data, right? Here we have to remember all the adjacent cells, we have all the data here, all the adjacent cells. Let's suppose for example, Rahul's adjacent cell is Neha, we have the data there, that is Neha. Neha's adjacent cell is Karthik, we have the data there in this particular column, right? So once we click on control down, control plus arrow key down arrow key, it will take us to the last cell where we have the data mentioned in that particular column. Similarly, if we click control plus right arrow, right, it will take us from A6 to E6. That means again the last cell where we have the data, that means non-empty cell, right? We can easily move around the corners of any worksheet irrespective of how large or small the database or data set is there, right, by using these keyboard shortcuts. Now control plus arrow key shortcut actually can also be useful for us to move to other edges of the data, not just the corners. For example, let me move using my up arrow key. For example, I'm clicking on only up. This time I'm not clicking on control plus arrow up. This time I'm clicking on only up arrow key. That means I have to move one step ahead, right? One step up, right? So let's suppose for example, if I am now in E6 and if I will click arrow up, I will move to E5. And if I now want to move quickly to A5, I can simply use control plus left arrow, and I will within a second, within a millisecond, I will reach to A5. I can use these control plus arrow keys for all these things which we are discussing, right? The same logic applies for other arrow keys as well. So now that we have learned how to move from one corner to other corner and also from one edge of the data set to other edge, now let's know, try to understand how Excel handles if there is a blank cell. Here is a blank cell, right? So now let's try to understand how Excel handles if there is a blank cell or an empty cell in your data set. So now let's go to D6, right? And now press Control plus up to move upwards, and it stops in D5, right? Cell D5, you can clearly see it. This is because as soon as the Excel reach D5, then it is an empty cell, right? Adjacent cell of D5 is D4, which is empty cell, right? It's not non-empty cell. The last non-empty cell is D5, right, where we have the mode of transportation, that is Karishma comes by cab. So it stops in cell D5. This is because as soon as Excel reached D5, then it is an empty cell D4. So it stops at D5. As this is the last non-empty cell, and in this direction, before in this direction, before any empty cell. Now when I press Control plus up arrow again, it goes to cell D3, right? It ignored D4, right? This is because we started from cell D5, right? We started from cell D5 and the adjacent cell in this direction is empty. That means this cell is the empty D4, right? So when we click and control plus up arrow, it will move directly to the D3. The adjacent cell in the direction is empty, so it jumps over that to the first non-empty cell in this direction, which is D3 in this case. In simple terms, when we use control plus arrow key, Excel tries to find non-empty cells, right? Cells that have data. Now here D4 doesn't have any data, it is totally empty cell. That is why Excel stopped at D5. When I again clicked on control plus up arrow, then it direct ignored D4 as it is the empty cell. It moved to D3 as it is non-empty cell. That means it has some kind of data. So Excel uses the combination of control plus arrow key shortcuts to help us to move quickly to these data points in our spreadsheet. Now that I am in cell D3, right? If I click control plus up arrow again, it is going to move in the upward direction and will stop at D1 as it is the last non-empty cell in this direction. Now when I press control plus right arrow, it stops at E1, right? And now if I press control plus right arrow again, as you can see, we don't have any data in this row after this cell, because the last cell where we have the data is E1, right? After this we don't have any data in this row. So when I click control plus right key after this, it will take us to the last row, right? Last cell in this row, which is XFD, right? So when I press control plus right arrow, it is going to find if there is any if for example if there is any non-empty cell, then it will stop there. But if there is not any non-empty cell, then it's going to the end of the worksheet. As you can see, XFD is the is the column of the spreadsheet, and this is the last cell of this row. So now to move back quickly to our non-empty cell, let's press control plus left arrow key, and which will take us back to E1, which is the first non-empty cell that I can find, that sorry, Excel can find in this direction. Let's click again control plus left arrow key, right? It will take us to A1, as from E1 to A1 all the adjacent cells have some kind of data, right? All these cells have some kind of data. That is why it will take us to the last non-empty cell. These shortcuts help you navigate large worksheets quickly, right? Here it is obviously a small data sheet, but obviously when you will be working somewhere or you will be making the data, there it will be large, like for example sheets or spreadsheets, right? So you have to work quickly on those things. Before concluding, we learned that today using control plus arrow keys is one of the fastest ways to move around in the Excel, and practice the shortcuts every day, and soon they will become your habit. In the next video we will learn another useful Excel feature that will help you to work even faster. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, kindly do like, share and subscribe to our channel, that is MBA Beginner. And if you have any doubt or query, please feel free to mention that in the comment section below, so that we can reply you as soon as possible. See you in the next video. Thank you.